Hey, what's going on, chess lovers? This is Maurice Bishop. I actually want to share with y'all this Black Lion game that I played, which was very tactical. But I wound up drawing the game, and I hope y'all actually enjoy this game. Obviously I'm black, and he played as white. So start off as E4, uh, D6, knight F3. Knight B to D7, D3, E5, bishop E2, and C6. So this is all started a Black Lion. Um, he castles. I go Queen C7. Knight B to D2, then H6. Again, H6. I want to do the pawn storm. On G5 to get to his kingside attack. B3 is played, which I've seen that a lot. Bishop B3. They want to activate this dark square bishop, and then maybe push in the center. Break the center up. So I've seen that. So I was ready for it. Knight F6, Bishop E2, G5, Rook A to C1. Um, I rarely see this Rook A to C1. But then again, I mean, with a different approach. I'm not sure what he's trying to do. Maybe D4 and then C4, maybe. Maybe that's what he's trying to do. But I just continue development with Bishop E7. And when he did the C3, I kind of figured, okay, so he really want to push on D4 and everything. So I go A5, just to you know, prevent any other queenside attacks. This is actually something that Grandmaster Simon Williams talk about. So, which is why I pushed the A5 pawn. He goes D4. I actually did a blunder. Actually, this was a mistake. I went knight F8 already, and I wasn't supposed to. Oh no, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. No, it would have been a mistake. It would have been a mistake if this C4 pawn, or if the C pawn was on C4, or if this pawn never pushed, then he would have won a pawn or whatever. So I was still good. C4 is now played, and then I go knight G6, to regain this pawn, so he won't win a pawn or whatever. So if he exchange or whatever, I could take back. I'm still good. He goes A3, I go G4 automatically. Obviously, the knight can't go to knight H4 because my knight on G6 is covering that. And then also I have this nice knight F4 square as well. So he goes knight E1, I go H5. B4 is played. I just take. Now I have a strong A file open up, so which is good for me. I go knight F4 automatically, to get some nice squares and also to create some weaknesses on the king side. For instance, if he does go G3, I still got knight H3, then I could push on H4. He takes the pawn, I take back. B5 is played. Um, Rule of thumb: never take the pawn. You want to keep this pawn on C6, just so if for some reason a knight try to get himself back to C3 or maybe E3, you want to protect this D5 square. You don't want this D5 square to be weak because that could cause a lot of problems. So just always remember that, which is why I never took the pawn. I went to Rook on G8. He go G3, creating weaknesses in his own king side, and then I go knight H3. He goes King G2, and I go H4. Remind you, my pawn is already protecting this knight on H3, and obviously I sacked the pawn on H4 to really open that king side up. So that was my plan. He takes the pawn, I take back knight B3, and then H captures G3. He takes back. So now look at this position now, y'all. So now I have a nice dark square diagonal where I could potentially move my queen on this side maybe. I have a lot of options of what I can do. I go knight H5, and he goes knight D3. Also, this C5 becomes a nice square for the knight, and then also he's actually hitting my E5 pawn twice with the knight and with the bishop. And I guess you could say, y'all, this was kind of like a mistake on my part. And I guess the only reason why I say a mistake because it probably don't really matter, but I did do something. I did go queen a7, which is what I went. I pretty much gave up the e5 pawn. Um, I probably could have just went pawn f6, you know, and maybe that would have been good enough or whatever. I probably should have did that, but I didn't. Again, this is bullet chess, so I just went queen a7. He goes knight catches e5, and then I did something, y'all, that is like crazy, 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 y'all. I go knight h to f4. That's where I went. He actually took my knight, and then I went g3. The whole point of this is because I have more pieces close to his king. So I have this nice light square towards the king, my dark square bishop towards the king. I have my knight, and I have my rook. And the rule of thumb is if you have three or more pieces surround the king, you can actually sacrifice a piece and start an attack, which is why I did what I did. But you start doing this more and more, you'll start seeing certain shots, even if it's like unclear. You know, if you live by the principle, it'll start to make sense, and you'll start doing these type of moves that I'm doing now. So, and that's pretty much what I did. I sacked the knight, and then I pushed the pawn to really get that G file open and to cause some havoc on the king. He goes ace captures on G3, and I go queen E3. Crazy, y'all. So let's look at this. Obviously, um, what would you do in this position? What would you do? So, for instance, like if the queen, let me go here real quick. All right, y'all. So there's many options. And like I said, this is bullet, so it'll be hard for anybody to think. Obviously, if you're using a computer, you know, it'll be good. But this was supposed to be the best move, knight g4 and everything. He's pretty much giving up a piece just to get this knight out of here. So like if knight goes here or whatever, of course, the computer's telling me queen catches e4. But let's say if I no, I wouldn't take. So yeah, queen catches e4, and then if he goes here, I still got knight captures f3. And obviously, you don't want to take this all knight because of rook captures g4, because the bishop can't take me. King h1, and then I had this beautiful checkmate, which is pretty crazy, right? So, but it's just crazy how and even the and the crazy part, I don't even think this computer or this engine even saw the knight f4 what I was doing. I don't think he even saw it. Yeah, so the computer was automatically telling me to go to queen e3 already. Okay, so now the computer tells me knight f4. See, and this is the reason why I did it. And the thing is, y'all, if you go by principle or whatever, you'll start making moves kind of like a computer or whatever. If you go by principle, and I really believe like the engine, it kind of goes by a principle or whatever. But of course, engines, you know, they work pretty well and stuff. Um, but yeah, when he take, I go G3. I go G3 automatically or whatever. He takes Queen E3, Knight G4 would have been the best move. But if he would have went Queen D3, then I would have had a shots like Knight catches F4, which is what I had already saw in mind. And then Rook catches G3. And then if he comes here, then I have Rook H3 check, and then King G2. Then I can automatically take the Rook on there, and then obviously my Rook is already hitting the Queen or whatever. And if the Rook moves anywhere else, this King is going to get mated. And as you can see, the engine is saying he gotta take this Rook. You know what I mean? So it was crazy. So I was ready for that though. But like I said, I didn't even have to think all the way through. I didn't have to examine. It was all about principle. If you have three or more pieces surrounding the king or whatever, you can start an attack and start doing some crazy stuff. So and that's pretty much what I did. So yeah, guys. So when he did this or whatever, Rook F3, I just went knight catches F4 check, and then he went King F1, and then I go Bishop H3 check. He goes King E1, I go Knight G2 check. The only spot that he can go to is King F1. This is the only one. And of course, I was getting low on time or whatever, so I just pretty much did a 3-4 repetition, and it wound up being a draw. But if I had a lot of time to think or whatever, sorry about that, y'all. If I had a lot more time to think or whatever, I was seeing moves like Bishop B4 check. But even as I was like looking through at it, for instance, let's say Knight F4, King E1. I was thinking about this, but I realized that after Bishop C3, um, it's not like I could really take this. I can't take this bishop because then he'll just take back with the rook or whatever. So it just wouldn't be great. But I did see a move though, but I didn't think I had a lot of time on my hands to actually do the move. But the move that I would have did was rook a2. This is the move that I would have played. And the whole point of this is I'm sorry, not rook a2. Um let's go back. Here, king f1. After my bishop is right here, in front of this king, then I would have did rook a2. This is what I would have did. And if rook captures, then I would have went knight captures e3 with a check. If he goes somewhere like king e1, then I would have just took his queen. He'll take mine, and then I'll take his bishop, and then I feel like I'm kind of not kind of, but I feel like this is great for black. To be honest with you, I really believe this is great for black. Um, I'm already hitting his knight, and then if he goes knight d4, I do have rook captures as well, which is also great because now I'm threatening a check, and I'm doing some stuff here, or really mainly rook e3, which could be a move and everything. So, but yeah, y'all, this was I had a draw and everything, and you know lesson learned. But I just wanted to show this game to y'all because I thought this black line was very tactical, and this game really showed the principle of the matter. If you have 3 or 4 more pieces around the king, you can cause some havoc on your king or on your opponent's king, and really do some damage. And when you live by principles or whatever, the computer will agree with you on that. As you just saw, that my knight f4 move was correct as well. And it was just crazy how this is bullet. You got to think fast, and you do more tactical puzzle. You start to think quick on your feet. All right, y'all. All right, guys. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. If you like this video, please like, please share, please comment. Let me know what you think. If you have any other analysis that you see, or any other variation, definitely comment below. Let me know what you think, and also don't forget to subscribe, y'all. All right, y'all. Peace.